Nearly thrown away. 8 seconds left. Nebaker. Yang. Gives it back. 3 seconds left. Nebaker for the win.
Deseret News Rewind is presented by Heidemann & Associates, a full-service law firm dedicated to winning for you. Call them now for a free consultation. Welcome in Deseret News Rewind. Dusty Litster and Dane Stewart, as always, presented by Heidemann & Associates and brought to you by the Utah Army National Guard.
Yeah, and hey, if you have any legal needs, right, there's no better place to go than Heidemann & Associates. They have locations throughout the state of Utah, including down in St. George. And if you don't really want to pay the fee for a legal fee, hey, they're going to take care of it. Let them know that Deseret News Rewind sent you, and you'll get a free consultations from the experts at Heidemann & Associates. Call 801-754-4240, or to learn more, visit utah.law.
And not only that, if your New Year's coming, and some people are like, hey, I want some changes, you need some extra money, but you also want that next step in your life. The Utah Army National Guard is about more than just military service. Up to $20,000 in signing bonuses, depending on the career that you choose. At the Utah Army National Guard, over 150 different job choices to choose from at the National Guard. Go to nationalguard.com. All right, let's get into it. Opening statement. How about the statement made by Taylorsville in their buzzer beater this week?
Boy, impressive. This was a team in Brighton as well, off to a really good starts. And I didn't know that I quite expected good starts from either of these two teams. Taylorsville's been down the last couple years, and Brighton, of course, losing some real key guys. But this Taylorsville team, they really impressed. Cameron Milliken, a young man you need to watch for, had a nice game in that 116. But really the way they worked against that Brighton zone in the second half, they did a fantastic job. A couple guys really stepping up. Gavin and Hess both were able to hit 12, 15-footers consistently. But in the end, how about the youngster? His only field goal of the night, Dusty. And it's a game winner. I don't know if he wanted this shot, but sometimes you just got to step up for your team, right? And an impressive job by Nebaker to hit the game winner. And Taylorsville getting the big win over Brighton. I had someone before the year said Taylorsville, we think might win that region too. And I was like, Taylorsville? There'd be 2 or 3 other teams on my list ahead of Taylorsville. Taylorsville might win that region. They got some pieces not real deep. They're not healthy. Going to get healthy as this season goes along. But watch out for the Warriors in Region 2. Should be a fun watch.
That'd be very interesting. Remember, a few years ago, they were the 1 seed out of that region and got the state tournament. Very interesting to watch where this game can take them. Right? Very curious to see. All right, let's get into the show portion today. A lot of teams heading out of state, Tarkanian Classic stuff or wherever. We got some in Wasatch Academy's hanging out in Hawaii. Right. Last year, Pleasant Grove went to that same tournament. But we have a lot of teams to talk about, and we have a lot of impressive starts to the year.
Yeah, by the way, hey, whoever goes to Hawaii next year, let us know.
Hey,
it is the season of giving.
We'll sit on a beach somewhere.
Yeah.
Actually, we'll sit in an arena and put mics in front of our faces. We don't care where we are. Anywhere.
All right.
So we've got some schools. First of all, how about Region 1?
Yeah.
Davis, Fremont, Layton. All they are is combined 20-0.
You want to know who the highest scoring team in the state is, Dusty?
DeWitt and Wansos?
It's my lollipop. Yeah, it's the Layton Lancers. They're averaging 80 points per game this year, and Coach Miller, wow, what a start for him and his group. And we talked about they got a lot of height. They got a lot of guys that you just never quite know who's going to step up. Squire's a young man we haven't talked about. Painter, a guy we haven't talked about. This Layton team really good. You talk about Davis undefeated. You also got Fremont undefeated. They have wins over every classification except for 1A. Those 3 teams. Oh, and by the way, they're undefeated out of state too. So these 3 going to be really, really fun in 1A, and they're off to fantastic starts.
I thought maybe it was a fudge. Yeah, I know whether it was sugar daddy or something.
It's my lollipop.
They'll never not be old with me.
You know what? They're now the Lollipop Guild. The Layton Lancers, the Lollipop Guild.
The CEU Golden Eagle. I'm sure he'll be very, very proud.
Yeah, I'm sure they're probably not going to love that. Sorry, guys.
We talked about Region 2 and Taylorsville, Cypress out the 4-3 start, Granger at 3-3. Other teams in this region are going to have to step up and get there. We thought Cypress at the beginning of the year might be that team.
Yeah. Well, you're right. I think it's about finding consistency. How about Granger this week? Had a nice win over Highland, 76-66. 5 different Lancers scored in double figures. There's another team graduated a lot of talent last year. Didn't quite know where we're going to get from Granger, but they've been off to a really strong start. And it'll be interesting once that gets in region to see. Cypress still a team I'm keeping my eye on. We already talked about Taylorsville.
Yeah, it'd be very interesting because really with them being gone, what does Granger do? And we know schools the year after someone like that leaves, they tend to find it's a little bit tough because guys didn't have stuff behind them.
Yeah.
Region 3, and Bingham, this is interesting. Bingham, Harriman, Copper Hills, Jordan, and Riverton, all with 3 losses coming into this week.
Yeah, how about a team
right at the end of this week?
How about a team that had a good week, though? The Harriman Mustangs. They were playing Corner Canyon last week. They were down 18-2. They came back and won that game 69-67. Coach Gummersall, look out, folks. Maybe Harriman's starting to find their wheels because they had another game this week that turned some heads. How about 87-81 over Northridge? 5 scores in double figures. Burgess finished with 21 points, hit 6 threes. Big win for Harriman. Watch out. This Region 3, it's going to be a blast this year.
It really will be, and I think 1 and 3 is really, really interesting. But, I live in Region 4, quite literally now. Westlake 5-2, Corner Canyon 7-3. A little bit of lumps at the end of last weekend. But Lone Peak at 6-3, Skyridge at 5-3. They're hanging out at the platinum level of the Tarkanian Classic. That's fun. And Pleasant Grove at 4-3.
Yeah, that region. This is not the Region 4 of years past, but should be fun. How about Skyridge? Trevin Snowdy, 1,000 career points.
Yeah.
Congratulations, young man. That's an awesome accomplishment for Snowdy. That's got to be the school's all-time leading scorer, right? Got to be.
It has to be, because no one else has been there long enough to get there any further than him.
Yeah.
But a great start for him, a great beginning of the year for him. And how about this? He got 3 guys in double figures. We talked about he and Duncan Reed. We had someone reach out to us. I don't always do this, but I do just a little bit of looking, look inward, see if there's a grain of truth to what's being shared. We have one name we never talk about, and that's Braden Housley.
Yeah.
And he's averaging 13.338 or 38 points on the year. He is the forgotten guy on this team that really is you got to have those 3 dudes we know every year. Yep. You got to have 3 guys get to the state tournament.
Yeah, and he's a young man, has a number of double-doubles this year. He'll rebound the basketball. He'll hand out some dimes. He'll steal it from you, too, if you aren't watching your back pocket. Braden Housley is that guy to get the offense going, and he's going to be a really key cog if Skyridge wants to compete for a state championship this year.
Well, and because right now it's just getting through all this stuff right now, and Coach Gardner installs a lot, so it'll be very, very interesting where we go there. But that's very interesting in 6A, 5A. To Region 5, at the top of the state this year, pretty strong. Woods Cross continues to roll right along, 6-1. They only lost to Fremont, and Box Elder at 5-2. Farmington at 6-3.
Yeah, this Region 5, boy, really interesting to see how that's all going to shake out. I think that Woods Cross team's still a team to keep your eye on. It felt like some of these teams got off to a really strong start. You think of Farmington, and now maybe a couple losses have added up. Not to say that they're not, good teams, but be interesting to see how do you deal through some of that adversity as well. Bountiful's a team I'm trying to figure out, Dustin. I can't quite figure out what's going on with Bountiful right now. Whaley had a game this week where he had 27 points. Chisholm hasn't quite felt like he's found that range yet. He will. One of the best shooters in the state this year. That Bountiful team feels like they're kind of lurking in the weeds a little bit. Keep an eye on the Braves in Region 5.
Well, that's one of the things. We're in the state tournament. We got to figure out, or they're going to end up at the bottom of it, of the RPIs. That's going to be coming out. I know it's out in the lower classifications. Brighton East, Brighton and East. The rest of this region's really struggling in Region 6.
Yeah, but Hillcrest actually, how about this? This is a fun note. You ready for this?
I love fun notes.
Hillcrest had a game this week. Imagine that. They beat Hunter 72-69. But how about the game from Brox Ashby? 25 points, 5 threes, 15 rebounds. This is like a 5'10 guard.
Right.
Brox, if I have your height wrong, I apologize. He's not the tallest man on the floor. He was tracking down rebounds. Russell Westbrook actually going on for Brox Ashby, except he hit 3-point shots in this ball game. Hillcrest. Heck of a game for Brox.
Brox Ashby's still in the state. He's going to be one of those guys.
Crazy, huh?
Yeah, when he graduates, we might be 50 by then. So that's how to knock at him. Fun at our expense. Region 7. So we thought this region would be really, really good, and you got some top-heavy stuff. How about Timpview? Coach Santiago feels like this every year. He's got these guys that have been on this team, Coleman Ford and others. They're playing really, really well.
They are playing really well right now. We're going to learn a lot about them at the Tarkanian this week. How about a team that has really surprised me? Lehigh, anybody? 87-71 over Mountain Ridge this week. Noah Gonsalves, 29 points, hit 6 threes in that ballgame. Tyson Hawkins had 11. 4 Sentinels had double-figure scoring in that loss for Mountain Ridge. This Lehigh team, watch out. Really, really good. And how about Alta with a big win this week over Orem?
Yeah.
Taft Mitchell, we talk about how good he is scoring the rock. Alta, the defense found a way to limit him to just 22. Yeah, just 22. And Alta got a big region win to kick off Region 7. The Hawks 1-0.
How about Timpanogos? All they do is go to the Tarkanian Classic and win. As of right now, they're 2-0 coming in. We're recording on a Friday. But you got Holcomb, Anderson, Nimmer, and Scott all averaging over 9 points a game.
Yeah.
Izzy Engel just doing Izzy Engel things with this team.
Yeah, going to be a fun team to watch. And love getting up and down the floor. Get out to Timpanogos this year.
And I tell you, it's so fun to look at Region 8 and one of the top teams in that region, the Provo Bulldogs. Somewhere Craig Drury is sitting on a beach somewhere saying, finally, Provo's back.
Man, they got some guys who can score. And I don't want to just move on past that. But was there any more impressive performance this week than Springville at Wasatch Academy? Whoa, Nelly. And that was a week ago. But how about the Red Devils taking Wasatch Academy to late? That's a one-possession game inside of 2 minutes. That does not happen.
Yeah.
You don't get Utah teams do that. The perimeter shooting was fantastic. Really kind of slowed down that Wasatch Academy offense as well. This region is going to be really fun. We've talked about it, how good that region is. Provo's had 3 guys that are averaging double figures, a couple over 20. Springville showed something in that game. Their defense, their offense, the big man, they got a lot of pieces. Region 8 is going to be a real fun watch.
It'll be a lot of fun to see what happens in Region 8 because when he gets moving, get to the end of that year, it'll be very, very intriguing. All right, let's get to the quick hits brought to you by the Utah Army National Guard. And Dane, when we look outside of 5A, 6A, where's one of the first places that catches your eye?
How about Ben Lomond, the Scots, Dusty? They had to take on Uinta this week. The game went to overtime. Mason Buck had 16, but it was Ryan Alvarez who only had 8, but the game-winning 3 to lift the Scots over Uinta. Congratulations, Ben Lomond, on overtime win.
How about the San Juan Broncos?
Yeah.
Last year, remember that game against Emory? They both scored in the 90s and all that kind of stuff. All they are 8-0 coming into this week, toward the end of the week, with a big win. They beat Bayfield, Colorado, 65-41 on that. Now they went to Monticello and knocked them out 77-34. And so San Juan continues to just roll right along for the Broncos.
How about Mount Vernon? Yeah, you heard me. Mount Vernon. 58-54 over Telos.
Telos.
But Orlando Martinez, look, we've talked on previous videos, guys getting double-figure steals. Yeah, that's Orlando Martinez. 23 points in this ball game, 5 threes, 6 rebounds, 4 assists, 6 steals. It's the fewest steals he's had in a game. 6. Fewest he's had in a game. He's got 71 on the year through 8 games. Orlando Martinez, folks, better have your head on a swivel when you play Mount Vernon.
I always like to talk about teams who are undefeated.
Yeah.
How about Kanab? Kanab's 8-0, and Sam Morton 18.5 points per game as they continue to move right along. And their big win this week, a 46-43 barn burner against Enterprise. But a nice win for Kanab.
How about this one? Morgan and Bear River. And it's the Morgan Trojans, 81-74 over Bear River. Carter Thackeray had 34 points and 4 touchdowns. Yeah, you would
they
thought
are the 3A
4
champions.
threes.
Yeah.
You know, Bear River can't get past Morgan quick enough, right? Would Thackeray graduate already? How about, I think it was the first loss of the year for Bear River.
Yep.
The Morgan Trojans, a big win in 3A.
You know who's good at basketball in the South? The Dixie Flyers. Yeah, the Ken Robinson somewhere. He's smiling at that one. Dixie continues, they're 8-1 on the year, and being led, we've had these guys on our top 5 plays. Finlayson averaging 16 points a game, Lemke with 12, and Matthews averaging 10 points per game as well. And their big win this week, the Templars. Took care of Manti, 69-61, and Manti's been tough. This has got a team, guess who they beat earlier in the week? Springville. Knocked off Springville, 55-38.
There's a little football revenge for you, huh?
Yeah.
How about Payson, Dusty? You had a chance to see Payson, right?
Yep.
At Wasatch Academy.
Yep.
How about taking care of business against Westlake in overtime? The Lions get a big win over a 6A school. That's going to help the RPI. Hayden Roundy, 21 points. Larson and Mitchell had 12 apiece as the Lions got a big upset.
Got another one?
I got one more for you. And this is, actually I got 2 more for you, okay? One for me, one for you, because it's a season of giving. How about Weber over American Fork? Nice game. Cash Clark, A young man we haven't talked about yet. We're going to talk about him. Had 18 points in that ball game. DeVries had 19 back-to-back games with 19 for DeVries. Weber Warriors, another team we haven't talked about in Region 1. They're in Region 1. By the way, Roy's in Region 1 as well. And you had Shriver hit his 100th three-pointer.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Kobe, on that one. But here's my second one for you, Dusty. And this is
I
going
only
to
say
just...
Shriver's last name. I don't say the first name.
Kobe, right?
Yeah,
Oh,
I don't say
yeah.
the first name.
I will. How about this one? This is a little... I'm just going to lob this one up for you. You know, sometimes a team just needs to take care of a little bit of business, right? Maybe the Union Cougars are feeling good about themselves, and in come the Carbon Dinos, 64-61. Brady Gagan, 26 points, hit 5 threes, 8 rebounds. Caleb Nelson, 18 and 13. The Dinos taking care of business.
They got to find a way to move on without Derek. They're kind of doing it. They've got a big game tonight against against Juab. So good on the Carbon Dinos.
Yeah, right?
Congratulations to the Dinos getting a big win. But if there's other teams we missed or players that we're missing, just hit us up. We'll do our research, and we'll make sure to start catching up on them as well.
Right.
Hit us up on Twitter at Dane News Rewind, at Dane_Stewart, at Dusty Litster. For Vince Francis, Dane Stewart, I'm Dusty Litster. Thanks for joining us and watching Deseret News Rewind on Deseret.com. Merry Christmas. Enjoy a lollipop.